Welcome to a brand new season of Exposed. I'm your host, Jessica Deere, and we have a new host this season, Tehokwirathe. Welcome.
Hello.
So, tell us a little bit about yourself.
21 years old, and I go to school at the Kahnawake Adult Language Immersion Program.
What was one of the reasons why you wanted to come on Exposed?
I wanted to come on Exposed because I think it's important for our youth to voice their opinions on things that happen in the community that affect us.
I think that's one of the biggest reasons why I wanted to be on the show too, because it's I think we just have to take responsibility that stuff does affect us, and we do have a say, and we should voice it.
Mm-hmm.
And so with a new host, we also have a new format for the show. We'll be taking a step back from the talk show format to something that's a little bit more interactive. You'll see us a lot more out in the community and interviewing and showcasing Kahnawake youth and programs and services that are available to Kahnawake youth, as well as of course exposing the issues that matter to us.
Mm-hmm.
And but don't worry, the people who still love the talk show format, where we still have the possibility of having shows that incorporate that. And I think it's going to be more with important issues that affect us. One of the big issues that's going around right now is the possibility of a casino in Kahnawake. So we want to know if any Kahnawake youth between the ages of say 16 and 26 who feel strongly about having a casino or not having a casino, and who would like to sit on a panel for that.
So the talk show part of the show, we're still going to be having it, but it's only going to be the main issues in the community, rather than just before when we had just talks about diet and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think it was really hard for we had a show bi-weekly, so we always had to come up with multiple topics, and sometimes we'd have 3 topics per show or just 1. And I think after a while it was getting really hard to come up with topics, and that all 4 of us who sat, or 3 of us who sat on the table really felt strongly about, or who were well informed about. So if we have one issue where we know there's people who have an opinion on it, I think it will be more effective. And with that also, we decided to move this show from bi-weekly to monthly, just for our sanity.
It sounds like an interesting change to the program. It's nice to switch things up every once in a while.
Yeah. So I hope everyone enjoys this first episode, and I'm excited to see what the feedback from the community will be. And so on this episode, what will we be talking about?
This month's episode, we're going to be talking about Tehokwirathe Summer Student Employment Program from this past summer. So
every summer, Tehokwirathe Employment and Training coordinates the Kahnawake Summer Student Employment Program. That's a big acronym. This year, 107 students applied for the program, and 35 successfully received employment in work fields that ranged from working with children, physical outdoor labor, in an office type setting, or in the media and communications. And so we interviewed 5 of those students who participated in the program, and one of them happened to be our very own host.
Yeah, I had lots of fun working there. It was a great experience, and let's take a look at that story.
So Aaron, this is your first Exposed shoot. How do you feel?
I feel a little nervous, but I'm sure I'll get over it.
And since this episode we're focusing on summer jobs, we decided to come to your summer job. So we're in the backyard at 7 Generations. What are some of the responsibilities that you've had at this summer job?
Well, the primary responsibilities are to, look after the kids, make sure they're safe and everything's okay with them. Secondary is to help try and promote the language, the Mohawk language within the daycare.
So you're employed at Seven Generations through Tehokwirathe Active Summer Student Employment Program. Do you find the program's good for what you want to do in your future career?
For myself, I was gearing towards like an elementary teacher. In the beginning, that was my straight out of high school dream, I guess you could say. And then I went on, my mother told me that it would be a good idea to get some experience, to apply it step by step. And I got the job and ended up liking working in like the kind of early childhood field.
In the fall, where will you be returning to school?
In the fall, I'll be returning to the Kahnawake program for my final year.
You mentioned that you love working in like the child care field. Is this like something that you went to school for?
I went to Dawson College in the social science program with a child studies profile, but we did take a lot of courses in like child development. Was like a really big course that we took. We took like classes on like education and just like very like child orientated classes.
What do you think are the benefits of having a summer job and getting that experience while you're still in school?
Well, I think like a lot of programs are competitive, especially Concordia's early childhood education program. It requires that you fill out like an application form like this long, and you have to have a CV and a letter of intent and letters of reference. With having the summer jobs, you have your experience, hands-on experience, and your letters of reference, and it was great too. Every different spot I worked, I had a different team who taught me different things, and
So thanks for showing us your summer job. I'm sure you had a wonderful experience working with all little kitties.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me on, and I did have a really good time. It was a great experience, not only for my career goals, but just it was an overall good time.
And welcome to Expose. I'm sure you're going to be a great asset to the show. And I think we'll see you in some of our next segments. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. You seemed kind of a bit nervous on the shoot.
I was a little nervous, my first time being on camera, being exposed. It was a little nerve-wracking, but I hope eventually it'll come.
I'm sure it will. And with that, we have to take a quick commercial break, so we'll be back with more Exposed.